All right, and this is day 2. So this is lower body for Wednesday, Thursday. So we always start with that activation. We're not doing mini band, we're doing ankle strap again. So we have this foot strap. You guys can take a look at it. I know that you haven't had to coach something. So I tell people they can use this if they can put it on in transition in less than 15 seconds. When we first started using these a couple months ago, it took us 5 minutes to get ready for activation, and it just set me and Asher off for a bad class. So they still have the option, of course I don't have one, to use that long ankle strap that they wrap around their ankle and Velcro it together. So if they have problems with this and can't put it on and take it off very quickly, then suggest that they use that ankle strap. So we have 4 moves, 30 seconds, one leg, and then we're gonna switch and go to the other leg. So they're going to add some weight, hinge, and then we have a hip flexion, knee drive. So nice and controlled back, big exhale as they drive their knee to their chest. Number 2, they're going to do a straight leg kickback, keep their hips square, point their toe to the floor, and activate that glute at the top. Number 3, they are going to do a little bit of adductor and abductor work. They're gonna step and then drag that foot out, squat, and then control that foot back in and squat. Watch the squats. People take steps like this and then they're here and they try and squat. So just suggest if they need to take an extra step, that's okay to get set up for that squat. And then the last one, they're gonna lower their weight, really pinch their knees together, and do a hamstring curl. And then we'll switch legs. So we have the knee drive, hip flexion, straight leg kickback, step to squat, and the hamstring curl. 1 round each leg for 30 seconds, and that's it. Then we're moving into our supersets. So we have 3 supersets, 2 exercises each, 30 seconds per exercise, and we're doing each superset 3 times. So superset number 1 is a TRX front sissy squat. So they're going to put the straps under their armpits, grab the handles. They have a couple options. So they can do a plyo, or they can just do a normal squat, squeeze their glutes nice and tight at the top. Now, I do realize there's potential for people to have not so great knees, and that bothers them. So they're just going to lean back and do their sissy squat here, ensuring that they're squeezing their glutes at the top and driving through their heels. So we have 2 options, that leaning forward front squat or face these straps and do the squat sunken back. Exercise number 2 is that S-drive push-pull. So both levers are all the way up. They're lying with their butt almost on top of the belt. Go into a glute bridge, push the belt with both feet, and pull the belt with both feet. Big exhale as you pull. If people struggle with that, hold the glute bridge, push, drop your hips, and then pull. Go back up, push, drop your hips, and pull so that they still get that hamstring and calf work. So the TRX squat, and then the S-drive push-pull. That's superset number 1. Number 2, we have a 1 cable wrapped curtsy lunge, like so. All right, so one of the things that we want to make sure is that their hips stay square and their butt goes to the floor. We don't want them pushing their butt back and really leaning into it and exaggerating that step. So just kind of coach them through on that. Make sure that their hips stay square to the front as they curtsy lunge. That front leg is going to kind of bend at an angle. As long as that works with their knees, that's fine. If not, grab the TRX strap and do an assisted curtsy lunge. So 30 seconds each leg. And then we have, we're going to take it back to that rope SLDL. So not super heavy. 2 to 4 is plenty of weight for women. Hinge and snap. Standing knee stays soft. Squeeze your glutes. Switch legs. So this superset is unilateral, so they're going to do each leg curtsy lunge, each leg SLDL, and we're going to do that 3 times. And superset number 3, so this is a new move. I like it, but they have to really have the stability and understand that their weight cannot be super heavy or it's going to make them push off of their toes. So we're going to grab the rope. Again, I would say 2 to 4 should be sufficient. Grab the rope, pull it over your shoulders, and step back, or step forward. They're going to do a reverse lunge, press through their heel, and stand. Alternate that reverse lunge. Now, you can't really see it, but I am taking taking a bigger step back than normal for a reverse lunge. My back knee is a little bit further behind my hip so that I can drop this knee to a 90-ish degrees, okay? So just really coach this one, it's new. If they don't love that weighted, then just have them do body weight or TRX assisted. And then second exercise for this superset is they're gonna lie down, put their heels. It's easiest to start with the strap straight, knees over hips, and hip thrust. It makes it a little bit harder if the straps are further out and not straight, okay? So really, I guess I would just coach it with the straps straight from your ankles and your knees starting over your hips. So the two exercises for that last superset is that rope weighted alternating reverse lunge and the TRX bilateral hip thrust. So 3 supersets for lower body, and then we are going to move into upper body. So this is the same as it was for day 1, 4 exercises, but the first 2 are broken up into a circuit twice, and the second 2 are broken up into a circuit twice. So the first one, we're gonna grab the rope, pull, just like that. Keep your arms nice and straight. Number 2, TRX curl to press. So we're familiar with this. Lean back. One palm faces you, one palm faces away. One arm curls as the other presses. Flip your palms and curl the other arm. Those 2 exercises twice. And then we have, for our next circuit, a walking push-up. So we're going to push up. We're gonna walk our hands and our feet, push up, walk your hands and your feet, and push up. If they don't have that walk down, or if they're on their knees, they can still just rotate their upper body and walk that way. Number 2 is a tall kneeling banded face pull. Okay? So walking push-ups and tall kneeling banded face pull to finish out upper body. Then we have 2 more supersets for our lower body. Black handle. The first one is a 2 cable racked wide squat. Knees press out, sink, stand, squeeze your glutes, exhale as you drive through your feet, your heels. And then they have the S-drive sled push. So both handles all the way against the wall. They're gonna climb under the strap and hold, press on one of the 2 bars. So super strong straight arms, tight core, and drive the belt away using the balls of their feet. So the wide squat and the sled push. And then superset number 5, we are going to start on the S-drive with their back nice and tall, sunk really low, leaning into the strap, doing that reverse walk. So the lower they sink, the more quad work they're gonna get. And number 2 is a rope, standing bilateral pull through. Okay? Low reverse walk, bilateral pull through, and those 2 circuits are also 3 times each. All right, now we have our AMRAP. This is a really good AMRAP. This whole workout crushed my hip flexors, so we might hear a little bit of talk about that. But we're gonna start in a band, and we're gonna stay in the band the whole time. So they're gonna wrap the band around the upper part of the S-drive. It doesn't have to be through that loop, it's a little bit high, so wherever is kind of good for them. They're gonna stand in the band. So I'm gonna suggest green for everybody. How far you pull makes it, obviously, changes the resistance. I think blue is probably gonna be a little too light. So start here, and we're gonna do 20 speed skaters from side to side. If that doesn't work, then they can just do steps, and they'll do 10 total, because it takes them a little bit longer. Then we are gonna do 20 high knees with resistance. Again, if they can't do that, then they're going to march 10 times, and then they're going to hinge and thrust. Push your hips forward, no overarching of the back. So 20 speed skaters, or 10 alternating steps, 20 high knees, or 10 marches, and then 10 hip thrusts. And then our last one for core. Again, start with 30 seconds and we'll work our way up. So we're gonna start in a hollow hold. We're gonna do one knee, both knees. If they need to, they can drop to the floor, do the same thing, or bend their knees and just lift, keeping their toes on the floor. So we have variations for that. Number 2, they are going to take the S drive, the right handle's all the way towards them, and the left handle is somewhere from the middle to the top, depending on their strength. And they are going to hands on here, and they're gonna walk the belt away. Don't let those hips rock, take their feet wider, squeeze their butt, engage their core, and they're just pushing the belt away, so it's a plank walkout. Then we're back down, hands behind your ears, knees over hips. We're gonna do a slow cross crawl. Really rotate at your torso and drive your shoulder to your opposite knee. Then we are into our palm plank, X, reaching to the outside of that ankle or the shin. And the last one, we will have the rope on. So we're gonna hold the rope right over our shoulders the whole time. Leg lower, hip lift. Leg lower, hip lift. Okay, so that's your core. Knee to chest, S drive plank walkout, slow cross crawls, palm X plank, and iso rope hold with that leg lower to hip lift. And that's the end of lower body.